Specifically how to sew waistbands so that they don't get all lumpy and funny. A little later on.
Well, have we got a story?
I know we do.
For you this morning. She was gay and she wanted a baby. He was gay and he and his lover wanted a baby. So the three of them got together and they had a baby. Now this morning you're going to meet the members of this very unusual family. They all live together as the parents of Veronica, who is a 5-year-old girl. This threesome is going to tell us what it's like for a gay family to face life in a straight world and why they believe gay people have as much a right to be parents as anyone else. Would you please welcome Joy Schulenburg, Jeffrey Worcester, and Bert Lacument.
Good morning. You don't shake hands because it gets real silly. You like it, huh? Good morning. Jeff, Joy, Bert, nice to have you with us.
Nice to be here.
You are all gay, and you are all the parents of Veronica. How did this idea come about?
How does anyone decide they really want to be a parent? I think that it's a process of evolution in your personal life. And I think the guys probably had a clearer sense before I did.
How long had you lived together? How long had you lived together before Veronica was conceived?
Off and on for years. We'd known each other at the time for about 12 years.
What had happened was Jeff and I had gone to the park one afternoon, Golden Gate Park, and we saw this man with a baby, and it looked real good, and we thought, wouldn't it be great if we could have a kid? And so we went home, and over one of those late-night coffee clatches, we talked about having kids, and we thought, well, it'd be a good thing to do later on, like 9 months, a year on down the line when we get more financially stable. But it didn't work out like that.
Well, now...
Well, before we go and show your book, we thought we'd bring Veronica out so everybody can...
Look in the camera over there. There you go.
You're how old again, Veronica? Are you going to school? You're not going to school yet. Start next year.
Next year?
To school.
Kindergarten next year?
She's been going to preschool for
You know, when you work all year like we do, you forget it's summertime. School is out. Let's show Joy's book.
So they all slept together, and so they wouldn't know whose baby it is. Uh-oh. Somebody knows? Oh, she knows her baby. Yeah, you know what I mean. This is gonna be... Where do we get these audiences? But understand the point here, that the mystery about paternity is to avoid mashugana with the parents. Is that what you want to say?
Yes.
And I think to avoid any possible conflicts early on, now we've got it down pretty good, but at first...
Married to one
For legal and insurance purposes.
Why is it irrelevant, though?
For our parents, because our parents would get territorial about it, and we didn't want that to happen.
So if your parents think you're the one, they'll want to be the grandparents.
Right.
So you keep them off guard and you give them the...
We're all married.
Legally, as much as we could do, one of us is legally married to Joy, the other one is the legal father.
How do your families all
They're very accepting of it.
They've all accepted
My
you?
folks came out for Christmas twice now, and they're really happy that we have kids.
How many levels of acceptance have your parents gone through?
Oh my God, they thought it was hopeless, you know, when we were like 17 or 18, and then when they found out that we were going to have babies, because they're family oriented. I came from a very, very strong family, and when we finally had family, it was like the gayness, the homosexuality, the lesbianism, all was like, okay, it's all right,
Bert and Jeffrey and Joy, I know the audience has a lot of questions for you. We're gonna give you...
Are Jeff and Bert are lovers, is that so?
Yes.
So you are a relationship?
Yes.
And you allowed a woman to get
Well, you see, our relationship started as friends. Joy and Jeff went to high school together. Jeff was my best friend's lover, and
It's very complicated.
It all sort of happened in reverse. We were very, very tight as friends, and then we became romantically and sexually involved.
Now, let me just understand this. Jeff and Joy were high school pals?
Right.
Yeah, we've been best friends for 15, 17 years.
When you were pals in high school, did you know you were gay in high
Yes.
school? How about you? Did you know you were a lesbian, Joy?
Oh, absolutely.
You did, okay. And when did Bert drop out of the sky and into this?
When Jeff moved to my hometown. which was downstate from Chicago.
And then you and he developed a relationship.
Yeah, a best friend relationship.
Which matured into a
sexual relationship when we all moved to San
Sexual
Francisco.
thing all came up at once. We were three best friends. We lived together, we did everything together, and we decided to have a child together. And when we decided to have a child together, we decided we'd get married and have a child maybe in a year or so, which the pregnancy happened within a month of the time we decided this.
Are you saying that the three of you went to bed together so that neither one of you would know?
Yeah, that's what they're saying.
Yes,
Oh.
yes.
That's what I said, too, at the time.
Veronica can certainly make you all tap dance if she wants to.
Oh, yes.
That's why we've had to be fairly clear on who's the final word on a given
have
night.
serious
Is basically
discussions
Well, does the
amongst
final
us.
word rotate?
No.
Yes.
It does.
Well, one said no, and the other one said yes. Nightcast reporter Barbara Rogers is opening to show us that changing world as more and more women, and some men too, are deciding to have children without being married. Tonight, she's here to tell us about another group of single parents, one that's growing larger and larger every day.
Yes, it certainly is. It is estimated that there are about 4 million lesbian women and gay men who are parents. Most of those are men and women who were at one time married and had their children before they openly admitted their homosexuality. But now, a number of lesbians and gays are deciding to have children as single parents.
You look very nice, Dave.
Oh, thanks, Mom. You're positively irresistible.
At one time, this was the American image of what a family should be: the husband, the wife, and the kids. The Schulenburg-Worcester-Lacumet household is about as far from that image as you can get.
You live here with who? Who do you live with?
Joy, Bert, and Jeff.
And who are Joy, Bert, and Jeff?
My mommy and daddy and papa.
6-year-old Veronica Lacumet Worcester's mommy is Joy Schulenburg, a 31-year-old lesbian. Her daddy is Jeff Worcester, a gay man. And her papa is Bert Lacumet. He is also gay. He was the one who actually delivered Veronica.
Her one eye was open when she came out and the one was closed, and she had both her hands up, you know, here I am, world. And, whew! It was fantastic. I wish everybody could have that.
Bert and Jeff have lived together for several years. It was because they wanted kids so much that they decided to ask their longtime friend Joy to become a mother.
We were good enough friends that we did not go with artificial insemination, even though it was an option available to us. We felt comfortable with having sexual relations. And they're both on the birth certificate. One's on as the biological father, and the other, because she was born at home, we were able to fill out the witness section, and so the other one is on as mother's husband.
Such an unusual arrangement does cause more than a few raised eyebrows, even in what Jeff thought was liberal San Francisco.
I would say the worst reactions I got were from gay men who thought I had, like, copped out or something like that to associate with a woman and become a breeder. And that surprised me.
The question most people who are not gay ask is whether gay and lesbian parents have a negative psychological effect on their children, or whether they influence their children's sexual preferences. Dr. Judith Wallerstein, executive director of the Center for the Family in Transition, says that question has been answered by several studies.
In some of the studies that we've had about lesbian mothers, some of them have been more careful about exposing their children to competent men than some of the women who've been very angry at men who've come out of an unhappy divorce. In the studies that we have, children of lesbian and gay parents, I mean, this has usually come out of a divorce, do not, by and large, grow up to be homosexual children.
Lesbian and gay parents like Joy, Bert, and Jeff are quick to point out that they all grew up in households with two parents who were not gay. And so far, Veronica does not seem to be leaning toward her parents' sexual preferences.
Do you think you'd like to get married when you grow up?
Yeah, I am. I'm going to have children.
How many children do you want?
3 or 4.
And what kind of person would you like to marry?
A man.
Somebody like Jeff or maybe like Bert?
No, they're already married. I can't marry them.
Joy Schulenburg found after she and Bert and Jeff had Veronica that there were lots of other lesbian women and gay men who needed information about gay parenting, so she has written a book that is...
And now, here she is, Jenny Jones.
This is Veronica. She's 10 years old. This is Veronica's mom. This is Veronica's dad. This is Veronica's other mom. This is Veronica's other dad. Veronica's two moms are lovers. Veronica's two dads used to be lovers, but now they're not. Veronica's dad were once lovers with one of Veronica's moms. In fact, that's how Veronica's mom got pregnant. But they don't know which dad is Veronica's real dad. Veronica lives with her two moms. Veronica's two dads live apart, and one of Veronica's dads has a new lover. But they all love Veronica. Meet Lena Ford, Joy Schulenburg, Jeff Wooster, and Bert Lackerman. They are all Veronica's parents.
Asking Veronica, this charming and lovely child. How old are you, Veronica?
10.
10. You seem much more mature. Okay, I want to ask you what you call Jeff. Get a shot of Jeff. We need a shot of Jeff, too. What do you call Jeff, the man with the bandana?
Well, I call him Dad.
You call him Dad? Okay, now what do you call Bert?
Papa.
Papa, okay. What do you call Joy?
Mom.
Call Joy Mom. But if you call Joy Mom, what do you call Lena?
Amma.
Amma. Now, Veronica, do you ever get confused, honey? Ever who's daddy, who's mommy, who...
No, because they all have different names for them.
Do you know that you live in a very unusual house?
Joy, on her last visit to our program, was in the company of Bert, who is here with us, and Jeffrey, a gay couple with whom she cohabited, and all three of them went to bed, and the result is Veronica, who's now 9, I think. Is that, I'm sorry, oh, yeah, 9. And we have established that Joy, let me see here, Bert and Jeffrey are no longer a couple. That is to say, the gay couple broke up, but Joy presents now, some 3 years after her visiting our, no, 5 years after visiting our program, in the company of Lena Ford, who is her lover.
Okay, Lena,